Alright, we are Blunt Bastards and you're listening to the funniest news of the week. Let's kick the baby. Alright, first news is actress Shagufta Ali said she's been facing financial troubles, probably not in this picture, for the last 4 years, and she had to sell her car and jewelry to manage things. Now, I looked at my cars. I didn't have cars. I don't have jewelry to sell. But I'm better prepared than Shagufta. She's poor because she's a much better person than I am. See, every time I want to buy a fancy phone or a laptop, I sell my kids' kidneys. You heard it right, kids' kidneys. They don't really need it. They're not drinking, right? They're kids. All right. Every time I want to buy a car or an apartment, I sell my kids to Gap, the company. Because whenever you sell it to Gap company, my kids, they sell it to the customers. So I get the profit from this. As you can see, you can buy 2 white kids from Gap. Whenever you buy 2 white kids, they're not selling clothes, they're selling kids. You get 2 brown kids for free. And these brown kids out here, look at them. They're fucking delicious. They're the most delicious brown kids ever. They're not mine, but I'm still selling them. Okay, that's how I make money. Alright, the next one of our favorite woke people, Taapsee Pannu. She once messaged, she said, I messaged Robert Downey Jr. and he did not fucking reply. And she was like, I was like, motherfucker, I have more followers than you. Okay, first of all, stop calling Iron Man motherfucker. Secondly is, Taapsee's math is worse than this kid. And this kid had already had 24 beers for breakfast. Now, he's completely messed, man. He's probably drinking Kingfisher. Just for a fact, Taapsee has 18.8 million followers, because probably that's how many followers she has. She's gone mental. But then Robert Downey Jr. has almost 51 million followers on Instagram, and maybe she was talking about Twitter. She has 4.6 million. Robert Downey has 16.4. So he's like more than 4 to 5 times more than her. So I don't know what the fuck she's talking about, because when this happened, I said I might as well message Taapsee. I didn't get a reply either, and I was like, bitch, I got more followers than you. And obviously she has millions. I've got like 0 and all. But then the truth died when Donald Trump became the US president. And Gandhi, you don't know this, he got a 6-pack abs. He specifically got the 6-pack abs. So he was auditioning for the Playboy magazine. Unfortunately, he could not get the cover. Guess who got the cover? Marilyn fucking Monroe. This was the cover. Gandhi was supposed to be as promised. He got the money as well, but eventually it chose Marilyn Monroe, because people thought, yeah, well, people want to bang Marilyn Monroe a lot more than Gandhi. So that was from me.
Yeah, so I also, like you, I also thought that maybe Taapsee's maths is not so great. But then, he's such an intellectual person and very intelligent. So I thought maybe that's not the case. So I digged a little bit deeper and I figured out what happened. So actually, she followed this guy.
Who the hell is
this guy is so this guy, his name is not Robert, his name is Albert Serrato, and he looks very similar to Robert Downey Jr., as you can see in this picture, and this guy actually is an actor as well, and he has very few followers, as you can see, 904 followers. So I think this is what happened. This guy in 2016 came to Chennai, and there was a huge stir in a mall in Chennai. People thought that Robert Downey Jr. has come, and you can see they took pictures with him, and it came on NDTV and everything. So my theory is that you all know that Taapsee has also worked in southern industry. So I think during that time Taapsee was in the southern industry, film industry. So there she met this guy Albert, not Robert, and they exchanged their Instagram profiles, and this guy then forgot about Taapsee, and Taapsee still thinks that this is the real Robert Downey Jr., and that's the confusion. So I think
this person thinks he has 904 followers. Is she mental? Like, how fucking stupid can you be, man? This is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Okay, this is just terrible. Okay, I'm gonna move on to something very sad news, but this sad news become completely like weird now, because Aamir and Kiran Rao announced their divorce after 15 years of marriage. I don't know how they got married for 15 years, but they assured their fans they are happy. In fact, Aamir said, "We will always be a family. Pray for our happiness." Now, I'm really fucking confused. You just got divorced and you are happy. You were also happy when you were not divorced. And now after your divorce, you're giving us a task to pray for your happiness. But you just said you're already happy. For fuck's sake, I already have kids, man. I've got kids to take care of. They have to sell their kidney. Aamir, I can't be sitting around praying for your happiness when you're already happy. These actors are so fucking needy. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Now, if this wasn't enough, Ram Gopal Verma, these amazing people. Now, Ram Gopal Verma who hasn't made a fucking half decent film since 1998. That was 23 years ago. So all the woke people weren't even born. Now, this guy doubled down on this thing and he says to trolls like us, like blunt bastards, so like, you know what, look at this guy, just kissing other people. He's not even saying he's gay like, you know, Karan Johar. And that is Anurag Kashyap, by the way. And he said if Aamir and Kiran, yeah, which is crazy. If Aamir and Kiran have no problem divorcing each other, he said, why the fuck people like blunt bastards or anyone else in the world have a problem with that? Okay, I got one thing to say. Shut the fuck up, Gopal. Because blunt bastards don't need advice to someone who made this fucking film. Like, look at you. This film. Ram Gopal Verma ki Aag. Your name is in the fucking film, man. This is how much fucking ego was killing you. You destroyed yourself. This is the worst movie. This is a remake of Sholay. It destroyed. Anybody who watched this movie died. And nobody's talking about that. Was the biggest pandemic that happened in 2007. People forgot about it. Now, this is widely regarded as the worst film ever made on earth. Even including the movies made in Afghanistan and Kazakhstan. Okay. This was the worst ever. Now, but the next thing what he said, I liked it. He wasn't finished. He says divorce should be celebrated more than marriage. Now I know you're talking, buddy. Now you're not talking. So Baba Ram Gopal Verma, inki sari film flop ho gayi hain. Now he's become the brand ambassador for new thing, divorce halls. Like we have the banquet halls of shadi, right? So this guy is going to be like, let's do divorce halls. Like everybody knows India has tons and millions of shadi halls, and divorce halls will become the new shadi halls. And in this one, imagine getting a divorce celebration card. Say, please come with your family. So I'm just thinking, will the divorce party also have like multiple parties like Shadi? Like, you know, have Roka, Mehndi, Haldi, cocktail with Ayin, all that shit. So I think Roka will be, Vikram will be renamed to Dhoka. Dhoka. Because Mehndi will be some kind of fucking dirty massage. He'll be like, a lot of strippers will be there. And then Haldi will be like, he's going to start flirting when they put Haldi with your ex-wife's sisters and hot friends, and anybody can actually lay your hand on, because that's what it's all about. Now, cocktail will be like, drink till every fucking girl in the party looks beautiful and then get laid and wake up in the morning is like, what the fuck just happened? Okay, as long as you don't get married, you'll be fine. Now, in Bidai, which is like people are crying, but this will be like freedom Bidai. Now you can go and fuck anybody. Like anybody. Obviously, nobody wants to do anything with you, but yeah, you can go, and this is how the divorce thing will work. In fact, I want to start asking all these banquet people to start selling combos like wedding and divorce packages together, because everybody's going to get divorced eventually anyway. Like, and this just the way McDonald's does the Coke fry burger combo, they can actually also do exactly the same thing. It'll just work perfectly. Like in this picture, they're like, please choose. I don't know, this some fucking MTV shit. Because my big fat prediction is that why this combo will work is anyone marrying after 2027 will divorce within the first 10 years of their marriage. Marriage cannot last because there's too many fucking options out there and too many fucking pandemics. So either we will die. So because only people who will survive, who won't divorce, are those people who already die because of pandemic. By the way, next pandemic is coming in 2029. The contract's already given to Johnny Walker. Because they are not happy with Corona. This like they're taking all the limelight. So Johnny Walker has already taken the contract. It will be called Johnny Walker 2029. Has already bought the worldwide rights for it. They beat in a very fierce battle against Heineken. Heineken really was putting a lot of money in, but eventually Johnny Walker just made the deal. Scotland finally did something against the Finnish. I think it's from the Finland. So what do you think? Like, you're already married, or maybe something else you have to say on this?
Yeah, I mean, this whole Aamir Khan thing seems so fake. It is as fake as this sex scene from Main Prem Ki Diwani Hu. Just look at this. Just look at this. So, I mean, if you have not watched the movie, I'll highly recommend watch this movie as a comedy. Don't go into it thinking
this is Suraj Bhajata film. They don't have sex. They just look at the Suraj. They look at the Chand and they have a baby. Suddenly, their stomach starts fluffing like, yee, baby. That's why they name Suraj, Chand, Karan. That's how they name people.
I mean, it's so fake. And I mean, I think 2 weeks back we had, we had a news about Gwyneth Paltrow, who was saying that her ex-husband is like brother. And then, Hrithik and Suzanne, they live, I mean, they are separated from a long time, but on the social media, it feels like they are still, married. So it's
like
more
together than your wife. Yeah, like your marriage. They look more together than your marriage. That's amazing.
Yeah, so I mean, it's so fake now. Everything goes through this PR machinery, and now there's a new name for this. Apparently, it's called decoupling. It's called decoupling, not divorce. So yeah, I don't know.
I think I should get a medal for decoupling.
Yeah, you should.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Moving on. Let's move to Bengal because everybody loves Bengal. We're not going to talk about Didi. We're going to talk about Shruti Das. She's an actress. I've never seen her, but she filed a complaint, cyber complaint with Kolkata police after being trolled for her complexion on social media. She said she's been trolled for more than 2 years. The actress in a complaint attached screenshot of horrible social media comments. I mean, she looks better than I do, but a lot of people do that. But you know what? These people always say they've been trolled. Nobody says anything. Nobody's helping me. She's an actress. She's some big shot, so people are helping her. I've been ferociously become trolled, and you know it, for being not tall enough, not nice enough, not cool enough, not hard enough. That means in bed, girly arms, girly palms, girly lips, girly hips, tiny penis, tiny balls, fat nose, fat toes, hairy ass, hairy back, hairy crack, everything. I've been trolled continuously. Look at this guy. This is exactly me. It's just like, I look like this guy. If anybody who's seen me naked, which has been very terrible, I apologize for you if anybody had to see me naked. I apologize, but this is how I look. Just like Anil Kapoor, the great Anil Kapoor, and not like his great Harshvardhan. We didn't have any news about Harshvardhan, but his name came up. Okay, now I can go on all day. I'll tell you one social media message that I had gotten, and it said to me that you look uglier than cow shit. And guess what? This is not some smart looking guy. This was a message given to a person who looked like this guy. By the way, I would have put a ugly black guy here, but people are like, oh, you hate black people. No, I don't hate black people. I just hate ugly people, just like everybody else. Even woke people don't like ugly people. They're just like, we love me. Go marry them, then you'll like it. So yeah, that was from my end.
Yeah, I think we got a very similar kind of comment on YouTube a few days back, and I don't want to show that picture because of privacy and everything. But some guy said that you look terrible, and I mean you are unevolved, and you are very hard to look at. So yeah, I mean that's okay. But there is a silver lining for Shruti, right? Shruti Das, because there is a very intellectual, very intelligent person who comes from a very big Indian family. Her brother is also a very great actor. She said that if you are not good looking, automatically you become a very good actor, and that is no other than Sonam Kapoor. So she said that. So Shruti doesn't
have to. That's why she's a bad actor.
Yeah. So
she removed the makeup. She's not good looking anyway. She removed the makeup. She'll become a good actor completely.
I think that's what she was trying to say, that even though I'm not so good looking, that means I'll become a great actor. She got this tip from Abhishek Bachchan, who is giving her acting tips. So yeah, I don't know.
Yes, that's why she made that movie Nirja, which everybody said like was the greatest film. I fell asleep 3 times in that movie. All right, let's move on to the US rapper Kodak Black. By the way, Kodak, we know you're black. You don't have to change your name to Black. There was no need for that. But anyway, you shared videos where you're flushing down $100 notes down a fucking toilet and also throwing them in the ocean. Now, he also wrote something called, let me read it in his accent, I broke you off when you them nigga wouldn't give a dime. I ain't owe you shit nigga. I don't understand what the fuck this means and what language this is. But what we know for sure is that this punk flushed down hundreds of thousands of dollars, at least $100,000. That's 75 lakh rupees, Bikram, down the fucking flush. Fuck me dead already. Because right now here, I'm sitting here, Bikram, I'm selling my fucking precious back here. So I can buy a fucking aloo tikki meal. Okay, that also kid size. Okay, that also kid size. And this motherfucker is flushing down like millions and millions of rupees. And 8 million rupees you flush down, motherfucker. This is more annoying than all the tiny stipend, as you know, that I get in alimony for all my 3 really fat fucking wives, okay? They give me like chindi, 2,000 rupees each. What am I going to do with 2,000 rupees? Damn it, Kodak. If you had given 10,000 of your $100,000 to us, or also Shagufta also, I won't have had to sell my fat ugly babies, man. I've been selling my fat ugly babies now to Saudi people, whosoever are like particularly the one who actually is checking out all the girls' asses. Look at this guy. I have to sell my kids. I don't have, I have to pay for the bills, man. What can I do? I have to buy scotch, new phones and everything. So it's been very terrible for me because this is all I blame it on Kodak. Shagufta also please blame it on Kodak. So that is for me.
Yeah, I mean, the name should have been, the clue that he will do something stupid, because, there's this company called Kodak.
Which doesn't exist anymore?
It exists, which actually lost billions of rupees. I don't know how many dollars.
They did lose.
They crashed. So, they kind of flushed a lot of investors' money down the toilet, like Mr. Kodak here. And, that and I mean, there's just a small snippet about Kodak, not the rapper Kodak, but this Kodak. They apparently, someone working in Kodak, he apparently discovered or invented the digital camera which we use right now.
They did.
And
They did.
and Kodak said, it's cute, but shut the fuck up and don't tell anyone. So that ended it there, and then Fujifilm started making them, and eventually they become very rich. And Kodak, I think 2012 they even filed for bankruptcy. So the moral of the story is, don't name your kids Kodak, Nokia, or Lehman Brothers.
So, intellectual people only understand this humor. Lehman Brothers, the bank which fell down in 2008, gave credit to every motherfucker on earth. Yeah.
So, because they will do something stupid in their life and burn their career, and also don't get inspired by this guy. Kanye West, because he was also flushing his valuable Grammy award in the toilet. So don't get inspired by him. And that's all I think. And this is just Yo-Yo Honey Singh, who is trying to find that Grammy award.
Motherfucker, I'm going there. This is my idea. Okay, I'm quitting my house. I'm going to start living under all these toilets of all these people. I'm going to be getting all the Grammys, all the hundreds of dollars. This is going to be amazing. Because you want to come along, I'll be like, this is the most lucrative. People are like, how did you become rich? I was just living under the fucking toilet, man. That's what I did. All the rich people, whosoever's weird name, like Kanye West, Kodak, Nokia, all this Lehman, weird names people have, right? I'll just start living under their toilets and I'll get super, super rich. So on that note, I think that's a very good note. Hopefully we can get some money out of this thing from this podcast as well. So if you have liked it, you can like and subscribe, and you can keep watching, because we're going to keep shooting a lot of shit. And a lot of time the shit will probably be money. So also, if you try to, this is my idea, okay, I call dibs. So stop living. If I find you under Kodak's toilet, I will sue you guys, because this is my idea. I call it dibs, man. Call it dibs. And Bikram, that includes you also. If you want to come in, you come in with all your raincoats and everything. I don't know what kind of shit that stinks, man. It's just not going to be good. Alright, take care. Have a good life. Have a good weekend. See you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.